Hello, I'm Dr. Chaos. Last time we wrapped up the underworld. Um, so now we are continuing the story. Well, continuing the story of the DLC.
Back so soon?
Alethea, I know I wasn't gone long in the Animus, but I couldn't wait.
I've been thinking about whether or not I should let you continue. And I have my answer, but I'm afraid you won't like it.
Don't tell me I can't go into the third simulation.
I'm sorry, Layla. I made a miscalculation, and I factored you in when it was a mistake to do so. I see that clearly now. It's time for you to leave Atlantis.
You can't do this. Not now! I've seen Elysium and the Underworld. You can't take that away!
If I'd known this reality would go the direction it did, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You're too human. Your DNA has succumbed to the corrupting nature of the staff.
Listen, I know the bleeding effect is real, and accessing Deimos' memory did affect me. But I've studied Isu artifacts. This is the last stage of my trials. When it's over, my DNA will be able to overcome the staff's control.
Perhaps. But you won't see that through. My simulations are closed to you.
There's a reason.
Hear me out. What happened before Victoria was horrible. But how can I learn to control my impulses if I don't know more about the staff?
This is about more than your lesson. I wanted creation, but you brought destruction.
Only because I haven't learned everything yet. You wanted to teach me, and I still want to be taught. Give me another chance.
Even if I were to let you in, your doctor is dead.
If I could take that back, I would. But I can't. And I have to keep going.
From her calculations, your body wouldn't be able to withstand the simulations.
My body is fine. The staff kept Cassandra alive for thousands of years.
And she actually went into there.
Your mind is a different story altogether. You don't have the sense to see its degradation.
When you break it down, this staff heals, Alethea. I could come out of this smarter, more in control. Invincible.
That's quite a leap in logic.
Just let me see for myself. Please.
Go.
Oh my god, thank you. You won't regret this. Here we go.
I'll see you inside.
So at the end of the last thing, we were gonna kick Hades in the face. Or Cassandra was.
That's enough!
No need to shout. This isn't your domain, brother.
Hades has nothing left to offer you. You are never meant to stay here, nor Elysium. You didn't belong on Kefalonia, and you didn't belong in Sparta. I can offer you a place you do belong. It's time you finally found it. Atlantis awaits.
Anywhere's better than here.
I won't forget this. No!
I mean, Hades, that was kind of your own fault. You mean the god doesn't want to immediately flay my skin for my bones?
There's no need for that here. You're safe.
I've heard that before.
This place isn't like any other you've been. There's no Persephone, no Hades.
Just you.
Just me. The Castis Vasilevs, the Grand Adjudicator of all Atlantis. But to you, I am Poseidon. What I'm offering you, Keeper of the Staff, is a place at my side. Join me as my legastes.
I have your staff. I just remembered, I have your staff. Yo, I'm tried and sorry.
Welcome home.
This place is the real Atlantis. I mean, it's intact. I thought the city was destroyed.
Every 7 years, our great city begins a new cycle, if judged to be imperfect.
And who's the judge?
Before your arrival, it was my decision alone. Now that I have you at my side, I intend for this cycle to last an eternity.
If you're the Dikastis Vasilevs, you expect me to be...
Dikastis, the judge. Be my hand in laying and enforcing judgment in Atlantis.
Yeah.
Well, I must warn you that I'm not always right.
I was both surprised and encouraged by your actions in the underworld. Fortunes were exchanged in response to your choices. But trust that I learned your reverence to justice is true.
Hades must have told you about my staff.
He didn't have to. As is the way with all heroes, your journey has become the stuff of Atlantean legend.
Then you know my staff is the reason I'm here. I need to learn how to master it.
This land is a paradise of power for those with Isu devices. But all in good time.
So you expect me to live among you? A home among gods?
Gods? We are much more than the human conception of gods. Your father called us the ones who came before. But as Alethea told you, we are the Isu.
You know about my staff, Pythagoras, and Alethea? I'm starting to feel very watched.
Your trials in both Elysium and the Underworld? No, your triumphs there are known to us.
My trials forced me into rebellion. They made me face the dead. My hardships make me a good Dikastis?
We don't always choose our path. But in this case, your blood shows for you. You possess both DNA strands. The best of humans and Isu. I have no doubt that you are our mutual future.
So, one of the things that they wanted the Isu try to do was basically upload their consciousnesses. Like, that was their final, like, kind of gambit. Upload the consciousness to the digital escape, where they'll then be able to survive for, you know, until they could find a way to get back into physical bodies. Is this what this is? Like, these are actual Isu realms that have, you know, the various Isu.
It's an honor. Where do I start?
Humans have 5 senses to understand the world around them. We have been blessed a 6th. Knowledge. Ah, no. It is not merely your vision of the ego. The essence of that sense sleeps now. But it can be awoken in Atlantis. Your stuff is more than a key. It's a bridge between who you are now and who you must become.
And if I fully awaken this 6th sense, I'll have mastered the staff?
That and more. Come, let me show you.
I accessed power sources in Elysium and the Underworld. They helped my knowledge, I think. But they haven't changed my senses.
In Atlantis, you'll find the sources that awaken your new sense much more concentrated. Not only will your knowledge grow here, but it will thrive. You'll find 3 such sources once you leave this palace. You know them as Keeper's Insights.
Doesn't look like anyone can get through.
It's blocked to those who haven't full access to our knowledge. Find the source of that knowledge within this palace. Try to pass through once you do.
Okay. So these 6 cents can be gathered by scanning various pieces of technology. Just so. Okay. So we need to get the E2 knowledge, and that'll slowly expand our kind of play area. Back to our Super Assassin outfit, though.
Hello, Layla.
Alethea? What are you doing in here?
You needed intervention. I couldn't stop you physically, but perhaps I can make you understand through technical means.
No, I've got this. Stay out of it.
Oh, I see. I mean, there's the chance that this is still like him trying to go, hey, oh, come on. Is still, you know, Poseidon trying to go, hey, I want, you know, out of this digital scape. Though compared to Juno, he seems a lot more just content. Like, Juno's definitely like, hey, I want a physical body again, I want to rule, I want control, whatever, while Poseidon and the other kind of Greek god Isu are just like, yeah, we exist, like, not much to say about that.
Strange. But it feels like the stuff is becoming a part of me. I think I'm starting to understand. It's like I can feel Isu memories and hear their wisdom.
Okay, so Poseidon is like, yeah, we're all equal, like, Isu experimentation is so no like harming humans and stuff. Okay. You know, everyone is equal, no harming humans, etc., etc., etc.
Now I know what you meant about the sources being more concentrated. I feel different.
Many things are different here, Dicastis. You'll discover that in time. Atlantis awaits you. I have one rule that is absolute. Our technology cannot be used on my human civilians. Their bodies cannot withstand the power. The Isu know this above all.
So, I'm free to go? What task should the Dicastis do first?
Even Atlantis is not a perfect society. It yearns for balance. So be that balance. Then when your role as guide to the people is fulfilled, it may well be perfection. Don't worry. You've already earned my respect, which is a trial in itself.
Dicastis, His Eminence Atlas humbly requests that you join him at his Doma to discuss a matter of grave importance.
Right. I'll make sure to stop by. His Eminence? This place is more kings than Sparta.
Yeah, well, to be fair, let's face it, every single Isu's probably like treats themselves as a king in their own right. So basically we just need to get, you know, Isu knowledge. I mean, I'm still a little confused. Is this like a simulation of like what this kind of stuff was prior to prior to, you know, the fall of the Isu? This is basically if they're going, hey, I remember this stuff, and more or less succumbing to nostalgia. Or are these the actual simulations of the Isu and their servants? Well, no, because because we have actually, you know, seen people we have, you know, known in life. It makes me wonder, is this like... Does the Isu technology contain some kind of like catch-all situation which just brings them all under control, or like some catch-all dominance which just kind of absorbs the souls of the living, similar to the like mental upload thing that they trialed and then claimed that it didn't work. So, you know, never really utilized it, or I So the Isu codexes seem to be basically law, basically fleshing out the Isu, and some of their actions. Like, we know... Okay, so there's the likelihood of one of Poseidon's son being blinded by
Ταύτης έναγεν, μάλλον η Σοφοκλέα.
Okay, so one of his sons seems to hate him and has went off somewhere. Ooh. Fort of Atlantis. So we need to get. So each get modes for Hephaestus' last great weapons here. Collect adamant ingots. Okay, so you can so you get these things, and then it's either assassin, hunter. At least I assume this is hunter, or warrior playstyle. I mean, obviously, we have tended to go for the assassin playstyle. Wait, so we found Hephaestus' workshop thing. So is that?
We have only the finest goods.
You could buy materials from this. Ooh, you could buy materials from these guys the entire time, couldn't you? Hmm.
See you later.
So are you Hephaestus? I mean, you have the Isu kind of markings. Like, you have the Isu markings. So, what's the deal with Hephaestus' forge then? Up in, you know, Greece. I mean, the only Atlas I'm aware of in Greek myth is the one that, you know, holds up the world.
Ah, you've arrived! I'm honored that Vicastis would accept my humble request.
Ah, you're Atlas, I take it.
In the flesh. I thank you for coming to see me. I'm sure you're very busy. The burden my father gave you is not a light one.
Your messenger told me it was urgent.
Gravely urgent, indeed.
Well, here I am.
It's my brothers, the Archons. They have issues with the human populations under their control. Tensions between Isu and humans are mounting. Without order, the problems will grow severe.
I'll try and use my position to help them where I can.
Find Hadiros, Amphilis, and Azeas. Through your shining example, I hope they learn the valuable lessons in discipline they so desperately need.
And if I help them, you're hoping it'll maintain the peace between Isu and humans.
That's the plan. Poseidon should have known they weren't ready for the responsibility an Archon bears. But that's his failing.
Tell me about Gaviros.
You'll find him near the arena. Hard at work planning his next exhilarating spectacle, I'm sure.
What should I know about Amphiris?
He's probably off terrorizing people near the fortified Doma of Ochtonos. Make sure you don't sneak up on him. He's quite jumpy.
What about Azais? Who is he?
You'll find dear Azais wherever there is humanitarian work to be done. I heard there were some issues near the Doma of Amphiris.
We have Archons where I'm from. Do they fulfill the same duties?
They are charged with overseeing and ruling the humans of Atlantis, ensuring all live comfortably and peacefully, a job at which I fear they're failing.
There always seems to be unrest between the two races. The Underworld and Elysium were no different.
Time passes and tensions keep building. I expected my father to handle it, but Atlantis grows steadily worse, and no one wants to see what could happen if precautions are not taken.
I'll find the Archons and make sure their problems are taken care of.
So we have quests to go around and do stuff. But it is nice actually being invited somewhere, not people immediately wanting my head, just because I exist. And we do want to get whatever, things we can. So Atlas seems to be the likely heir to Atlantis. From what little I've interacted with him, he seems like a great dude. I will admit the interactions of Juno might be cause for concern. But hopefully it's not something I need to worry about too much.
I should watch my step around here.
Let's work together. She captivates all of us.
I hear you, sir.
Hype. Oh.
What do you see that way? Nothing. Keep searching. They must not escape.
So whoever that is did.
I will not let you down.
Let's go.
Okay, so basically, this dude, Thanos, is the first Isu to have created humans. Mostly perfect, but slight errors in what they were going for.
What was in that box? Body's tingling like mad. Must be more of these somewhere. This metal is heavy. And here's a note. Forge of Atlantis. This can be used to create weapons. I have to find this place.
I mean, we can clearly see that humans weren't exactly subservient to the Isu. So many examples of, you know, human uprising. Like a big... Like, we were mentioned... Like, it was mentioned that the Isu... Like, the humans rose up against the Isu and, you know, for freedom and stuff. But to be fair, the Isu were like... If the Isu were like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill them all. If there's Isu who are gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill them all. Because they aren't subservient, like... What did you really expect? Because humanity is a very... I want to say headstrong. But humanity has like amazing self-preservation instincts. For the most part. There's some real dumbasses, but as a species, we are great at, you know, trying to keep ourselves alive. And we are stubborn as hell, that's the thing. We are willing to fight to keep ourselves alive longer than most people would. Like you would probably consider necessary. We can't go there yet, we need a higher knowledge. Yeah. And that's not even mentioning the times when we can just, you know, survive off of dumb luck. I mean, because let's face it, what's it called, penicillin or whatever? Like, vaccinations were a complete and utter accident, and yet they've done wonders for humanity. And in all honesty, like, anti-vaxxers are kind of stupid. Sorry, not kind of. Kind of is a little bit lenient. And it's really funny, but I've seen stuff like people are, like anti-vaxxers are like, we don't need vaccinations, we should just, you know, inject ourselves with a little bit of the virus so our body can learn to naturally fight it. You know what vaccination is. And let's not mention some of this stupider ways people have tried to get around it. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and next time we are going to continue exploring Atlantis. Goodbye.